So Armscor and Rock Island Armory have teamed up to bring out a new hot rod little round, the 22 TCM. And this thing has a lot of really good attributes, along with some interesting firearm options from Rock Island Armory. The 22 TCM offers very little to almost no recoil. Most of the offerings have very high capacity magazines, and the bullets are extremely fast at about 2100 feet per second for a 40 grain hollow point. Just to give you an idea of where it sits with the other pocket rocket ammunition, that puts the 22 TCM just a hair faster than the 22 Magnum, at the same bullet weights, and about the same velocity as an FN57 with a slightly lighter bullet in the FN. Needless to say, all of these calibers are somewhat similar and can't help but being compared. They all have relatively small projectiles moving at a fairly high speed. Now, I'm not here to tell you that one is superior or inferior to the others. The one thing I do feel fairly confident in is that if you were to get shot with any of them, it would probably ruin your day. Rock Island Armory makes some really nice 1911s at prices sometimes half of what other mainstream manufacturers charge. These guys have a lot of experience. They've been making 1911s since 1952, and they make more 1911s than anyone else in the world, so they should be getting pretty good at it. Furthermore, their parts, or sometimes entire guns, are used by other manufacturers and passed off for a whole lot more money. They are also the only company currently producing firearms chambered in 22 TCM, but that makes sense since their parent company, Armscor, is responsible for bringing the new cartridge to the masses. The one that we got to shoot is the double stack version that holds a massive 17 rounds of 22 TCM or 9mm. That's right, or 9mm. One of the smartest things that Rock Island ever did was include a 9mm barrel and recoil spring in the box, so that if 22 TCM goes the way of a dinosaur, or you just can't find any in time to go to the range, a quick barrel swap and you can shoot the most common center fire pistol round on the planet. This is so nice for so many reasons, and the fact that Rock Island can do all of this for less than $700 is truly amazing. Fit and finish on the gun is very, very good. Especially the framed slide fit feels extremely smooth. Shooting the 22 TCM is interesting to say the least. The recoil spring in the gun feels lighter than a 1911 chambered in 22 long rifle. Recoil is next to nothing, similar to a 1911 chambered in 22 long rifle. These two attributes would make this setup very appealing to a novice shooter. The other thing that you notice are the huge fireballs the gun breathes out the front on almost every shot. While I of course think this is awesome, new shooters may be a little intimidated. Another thing you notice is this thing is very loud for a pistol cartridge. But altogether, shooting the 22 TCM is very enjoyable, and the Rock Island 1911 is very accurate. The TCM in 22 TCM actually stands for Towson Craig Micro Magnum. Towson, I'm probably not pronouncing this right, is the name of the family in charge of Armscor. Craig is the name of the guy who actually developed the round, and Micro Magnum was the name of the cartridge before it was brought out commercially. While it feeds out of a 9mm magazine, its parent cartridge is actually the 5.56x45 NATO. But the round actually has its own unique brass. You can kind of think of the 22 TCM as the 5.56 short, or Kurtz, as the sophisticated folks will say. So that's it, the Rock Island Armory Double Stack 1911 chambered in 22 TCM, with a 9mm barrel as backup. Really neat package, very versatile. One gun shoots 9mm, 22 TCM, and fireballs.